everybody, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my newborn must-haves. These are things that Mark and I swear by and that made that newborn stage just a little bit easier. Obviously you guys are going to need stuff that are essential like diapers and wipes and clothes and things like that, but these are just our must-haves. These are things that we're definitely going to use the next time around, and like I said, they just kind of made that stage a little bit easier for us. Some of this stuff I don't have to actually like hold up and show you guys, and some of it's way too big to show you guys, but I will link everything that we specifically have, like down to hopefully the pattern and stuff I can find for you guys down in the bottom bar below so you guys can see it. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. So one of the big first things that I want to talk about, and I don't have to show you guys, is her swing. I know people are kind of like 50-50 on this. Some kids hate it, some kids love it, but Sophie personally loved her swing. She slept in it a ton. I think it's actually technically called a glider. I know Graco makes it. I do know that the pattern name was Peyton. Like I said, I'll link everything in the down bar below so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but we love this glider. It had a whole bunch of different settings from really slow to really fast. It also had music. I'm pretty sure it played classical music, and it had like noises like a heartbeat or water and stuff like that. It also had some volume settings so you could decide how loud or quiet it could be, and all around it was a really great glider. We really like it. We haven't had any trouble. It's an electric one, so we just had to plug it into the wall. It did have two different positions. It could lay a little bit more flat or a little bit more inclined. Personally, I didn't even notice that until she was like almost outgrown of the swing, and we had it on the inclined position the whole time, and it was never a problem for her. So we love to be held and rocked and things like that. So, you know, if I need to go get some stuff done, I would put her in her swing, and she was perfectly content. She loved sleeping in that, and even when she started waking up more and like wanting to play, it had like this little thing that went across the top of it, and it had some dangly toys that she could even reach in. I think that was like one of the first things that she learned how to like reach up and touch, was just these little puppy dogs that hang down. And yeah, so we were really happy with that glider, and I definitely recommend a boppy pillow. Now, I had planned on breastfeeding, so I wanted some kind of nursing pillow, and if you are familiar with my channel, you know that nursing didn't work out with me, so I exclusively pumped for my daughter. And even though I wasn't nursing long with this pillow, I still highly recommend it. Whether you end up bottle feeding or nursing, I highly recommend some kind of nursing pillow. I just think they're nice. It was really easy for Mark to hold her and feed her at the same time. He kind of liked having some support under her arms, along with anybody else who fed her. It was nice to give them some comfort while they were feeding her, and for me, it was nice too, especially in the hospital when I was nursing. I had a C-section, so it caused me a lot of pain to put a whole bunch of pressure on my stomach. So this definitely helped just to put it right underneath there and to just nurse her like that. So it was really nice. But yeah, I think no matter, you know, if you are bottle feeding or nursing, this is something really great. And I like this boppy pillow, although it has lost its shape a couple times. I just try to sit there and pull apart the fabric inside, and it kind of comes back to life. But I feel like after our second kid, I don't know how well this thing's gonna hold up. So I don't know, I might go with a firmer pillow the next time around. I haven't completely made up my mind, but I think any kind of nursing pillow in general will be great. So another big thing that I can't actually show you guys is a pack and play. We decided that we were going to co-sleep with Sophie, and co-sleep in the sense of she was going to sleep in our room with us in like a bassinet kind of thing, and we decided to go with just a pack and play that had a bassinet and changing table in it. We decided to go with this instead of the conventional bassinet just because I had heard that kids just outgrow a typical bassinet way too fast. You can only use it for a limited amount of time, and they're kind of really expensive, at least the ones that I saw at Babies R Us was. So we just decided to go with a pack and play because I felt like it's something she could definitely grow into. It's something that she can use for a really long time, and she definitely has. Now, like I said, ours came with a bassinet, and then it also came with a changing area, which I absolutely loved, especially if they're in their room with you, because I didn't have to create a whole separate space for changing her in our room, and I didn't really have to sacrifice like our dresser or anything like that and able to put like a changing pad down. The changing pad is really sturdy, so is the bassinet. She loved both of those. I think she slept in the bassinet until she was around like 4 months old, and that's when we started noticing she was kind of turning on her side to sleep. So we just took the bassinet out, which is super easy. We kept the changing table on there though, and then we just put the mattress at the highest level, which is pretty high, and she slept on that, and she slept on that perfectly. And then once she started sitting up on her own, that's when we dropped it all the way down to the bottom. I would definitely recommend that pack and play like 1,000 times over. It's amazing. amazing. Also, the one that we got had a ton of storage on the side, so I was able to put like extra pajamas, mittens, a ton of diapers, a ton of wipes, just basically anything that we would need just in arm's reach, which was super nice, and I loved having that. I definitely recommend that one because that was a huge lifesaver. So if you watch any of my other videos, I'm sure you're sick of hearing about this, but the Tranquil Turtle is something that we definitely loved. I got this as a shower present for my best friend, and it is just a little nightlight sound machine kind of guy. I'm sure you can't see that. It's on. But it just makes noises. And then it projects waves up onto the wall and things like that. And we use this ever since we brought her home from the hospital. The sound definitely helped. I feel like she sleeps better with sound. You know, her going to sleep in a room that's really quiet is kind of difficult for her. We also started it because I wanted to be able to turn this on later down the road and her understand that it was bedtime. And that is the point that we've gotten to. Like I said, we started this as soon as she came home with us. And now at 10 months, when she hears the turtle, she knows that it's bedtime, and I really like that. He only stays on for 10 minutes, so it's not like he's on for an obnoxiously long time. He's not even really that loud. I can't hear him on the monitor or anything like that if he's going, which is nice. But yeah, we just really like him, and I would definitely recommend him. Although I don't know that they're making the Tranquil Turtle anymore, but they are making a Tranquil Frog, which does the same thing, makes the same noises and everything. So he's just green and he's a frog. That's the only difference. One thing that I almost didn't even get because I didn't think we were gonna need it, even though people told me I was going to, was mittens. Honestly, guys, I got these out to show you because, like I said, I have a ton of her newborn stuff obviously packed away, but I got these out and I could not believe how small they are. Also, baby socks work great too. Sometimes I would lose these because they're super easy to lose, and I just put socks on her hands and that also works. But mainly, you want to get these because they will scratch the crap out of their face. I would definitely get some baby mittens. And I think they have ones on Amazon that actually Velcro in case your child has super tiny hands or anything like that, where they fight to get them off. Next is these swaddle blankets by Aiden and Anise. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name correctly, but this is what they look like. I'm sure you've seen these if you've seen any other newborn must-haves or just even baby videos in general. They're pretty popular. These are huge. So huge, it's going past the screen. But we did take this blanket actually to the hospital with us, and that's what we swaddled her with. Mark was like super into swaddling her correctly, and he looked up a way to make her legs and her hips free to move and fully extend and everything. So he wanted something that was pretty big because those hospital blankets are kind of stiff and kind of hard to swaddle with. Props to those nurses because I don't know how you do it. But yeah, we brought this with us, and it was also kind of cuter for pictures and things like that. And I feel like it's a light enough blanket that even if they're born in the summertime, it's still something that's really breathable and not too heavy or anything like that. And we swaddled her with these blankets until she was about 4 months old. That's when she started breaking out of them, and that's when we just kind of figured that she was kind of obviously over it. So we got a ton of use out of these. We still get a ton of use out of these. They're really multi-purpose. When I was nursing, I used to cover up with them. Also, when I was pumping, I used to cover up with them. But yeah, I highly recommend this brand. Since I talked about nursing covers, I just wanted to put this in there real quick. I would definitely recommend a nursing cover, especially if you plan on nursing or even if you plan on exclusively pumping. I like to be covered up, especially around family and with people coming over and visiting all the time. It was kind of hard because I didn't feel like I should have to leave the room every time I had to nurse her or I had to pump or anything like that. So what I would do is I would just cover up. And I highly recommend this nursing cover from Covered Goods. It's kind of hard to see because it is pretty big too. And it just covers you 360 degrees. It's just like a huge kind of t-shirt with no armholes, if that makes sense. But I love this thing because it keeps you completely covered. I'll show you here in a second what I used to use, and I didn't like it because it exposed my side, and that's why I ended up going with this, and I've been super happy with it. It's super stretchy, breathable, and everything like that. What I used to use, and what I would recommend if you honestly don't care how much you're covered up or anything like that, but might want a little something, was I got these clips from Babies R Us, and this is just what they look like. They're made by Cover Me, and I got 2 of them. I don't know where the second one is, and they were $15, I think, which is not bad. And you can just make it longer or shorter or anywhere in the middle. It's super easy to adjust, obviously. And what it is it's just 2 little clips and then you just release them, and you can stick any kind of blanket, anything, just stick it under there, and you just put it around you, and you have a nursing cover. So it's really nice if you already carry blankets in your diaper bag or just have blankets laying around. That way you don't need to carry a whole big thing, you just need to carry these little things. And most of the time I would just use this. So I would definitely recommend that, especially if you don't feel like spending more than $20 on a nursing cover. These are pretty awesome. Even though Sophie was kind of like a fall, winter baby, I would still definitely suggest this to even somebody who's having a summer or spring baby. These sleepers are everything. First of all, Carter's is amazing because I feel like their fabric is always like super soft and just it's nice quality. And then I also love that on newborn sizes, and then I think it goes up to either 3 or 6 months, they have the little built-in mittens. So in case you don't have those mittens around all the time, it just turns their little sleeves into mittens, which I think is super cute and super handy because, like I said, the mittens I showed you earlier are super hard to keep a hold of. Honestly, I had quite a few newborn outfits that I didn't even end up putting her in because it was just a lot to dress a newborn, and I just felt like she was most comfy in these, she was the warmest in these. Everybody was happy because it's not a ton of clothes and it's pretty easy. And I know that they make shorter versions, like I think with just shorts for summer and spring babies, so I would definitely check those out because they are amazing. One of our biggest must-haves was pacifiers. Now we went through quite an ordeal finding the ones that Sophie liked, but we ended up settling with the Mam ones. She really loves that brand, and they just have like the cutest little sayings. Like this one has Miracle on it, and then this one says Sweetheart. They're just super cute. They always have super cute patterns and everything like that. Sophie never had any kind of nipple confusion when she was nursing, and I would give her these pacifiers, and she still loves them to this day. If you do want to use pacifiers, I definitely recommend this brand. They're amazing. So one of the things that I loved the most was the What to Expect First Years. Before we had Sophie, I went through and bookmarked a ton of different things, and I seriously am in love with this book. I still look at this book. It is just, I can't even tell you. Sometimes Sophie's pediatrician office is closed, so I'm not able to call and ask them questions, and I feel like this book is a big help. It also has a whole bunch of different cold symptoms, flu symptoms, what rashes look like, should you take them in, things like that. It's a very well-rounded book, and I love it. Okay, so that was all our newborn must-haves. I hope this video helped you guys out, and as always, thanks for watching. Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my newborn must-haves. These are things that Mark and I swear by, and that made that newborn stage just a little bit easier. Obviously, you guys are going to need stuff that are essential, like diapers and wipes and clothes and things like that. But these are just our must-haves. These are things that we're definitely going to use the next time around, and like I said, they just kind of made that stage a little bit easier for us. Some of this stuff I don't have to actually like hold up and show you guys, and some of it's way too big to show you guys, but I will link everything that we specifically have, like down to hopefully the pattern and stuff I can find for you guys, down in the bottom bar below so you guys can see it. Yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into the video. So one of the big first things that I want to talk about, and I don't have to show you guys, is her swing. I know people are kind of like 50-50 on this. Some kids hate it, some kids love it, but Sophie personally loved her swing. She slept in it a ton. I think it's actually technically called a glider. I know Graco makes it. I do know that the pattern name was Peyton. Like I said, I'll link everything in the down bar below so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but we love this glider. It had a whole bunch of different settings from really slow to really fast. It also had music. I'm pretty sure it played classical music, and it had like noises like a heartbeat or water and stuff like that. It also had some volume settings, so